Can we please talk about fantasy NFL for about 10 minutes or so? First off, I'm going to be looking at what happened in week 10 of the Orion Bowl, the greatest and most dramatic fantasy football league in the world, or at least to me. I'm Commissioner Burt, as you well know, because this is mostly for the people who are in my league. So, without further ado, week 10's entourage. You've got Vinny Chase, the star of the show, has to be Pat Mahomes. Come on, man. He's the star of the show. He's the star of the Burstmore offense who managed to cruise to another win over the Gorillas this weekend. It was a much-needed win as well to keep me in that playoff picture. Then the Johnny Drum Award, the heavy lifting award, goes to Mr. Jonathan Taylor. He is back on form, baby boy. Ever since the Baltimore Ravens traded him away, he's just looked fantastic, and he's looking fantastic for the team with no Namath, who got a great win over the Colts, who unfortunately got the lowest score of the week again. Honestly, you look at their team on paper, it's not that bad. I don't know what has happened to the Colts this year. Rebuilding year, it's alright. Rebuild, come back stronger, better, faster. The Turtle Award for better than expected goes to Christian Kirk, because come on, Christian Kirk is pretty good, but good lord, 22.50, that is way better than expected. Taking the coach's sons to 9-1 on the season. Can anybody get another win over that guy? I'm going to find out this week, because the one in 9-1 may very well be the old Baltimore Ravens over here. The Ari Versatility Jeremy Piven Acting Diversity Award goes to Justin Fields, leading the Harlots to the highest score of the week in week 11. Like Justin, I mean, he's been a great pickup. He's like Bugs Bunny, isn't he? He's like Bugs Bunny when he played every single position on the baseball team. It's ridiculous the kind of numbers that he's going for. I mean, that's a great pickup. And the E Terribleness Award goes to Cooper Kupp. Even if you did leave the game, minus points from a player as prolific as Cooper Kupp is just bad. That is terrible, just like the character E from Entourage. So, because we're getting towards the business end, I'm going to take a quick look at the league standings. So, the league standings going into week 11. The top dog, you have got the Coach's Sons. The Coach's Sons 9-1 on the season. Absolutely fantastic. Going on 7-3 on the season, the San Diego Harlots, 3-time champions, and they're more or less solidifying themselves in that playoff hunt. I'm right up there in third place at 6-4. Below that, Baby Got Dak at 5-5, and also at 5-5, the team with no namer. So they're fighting for that spot number 4. I've got a pretty rough schedule coming up, so I'm more than likely going to slip right out of the playoff picture altogether. Then you've got coming in at number 6, Legion of Mixon, who were minus Mixon last week, so they should be back on form this week. The Dallas Stray Gorillas coming in at 7th, and at the bottom you have got 1-9, the opposite record to the Coach's Sons, the Indianapolis Colts. And really, when you look at points scored, my team are the second lowest. I should not be in third place. My team is terrible, just absolutely terrible. So let's have a quick look at what's going on in the actual NFL playoff picture, because we're getting towards that part of the season where you can start speculating. So in the NFC, you've got the Eagles, obviously at the top. They lost to Washington last week, which wasn't a shock, but they had to lose one time. The Vikings have quietly put together an 8-1 record, so they're more or less some bad stuff's going to have to happen for those guys to slip out. Then you've got the Seahawks coming in third seed, 4th seed Buccaneers, 5th seed currently Giants, 6th Cowboys, and 7th 49ers. 49ers, if they get in there, they could go on a good run, because they've got a very good team. A lot of stars on there. When they play well, they play really well. And the Rams all the way down there at 13. Good lord. And then you've got on the AFC, the Chiefs obviously at the top, 7-2, 7-3, the Dolphins. So there's not as much domination going on in the AFC. But I don't know, I think some of the teams might be a little better. I mean, you've got the Bills at 6-3 and the Jets at 6-3. That's crazy that they're both got the same record. If you had told me that the New York Jets going into week 11 would have the same record as the Bills, I would have said, get out of my office. But yeah, no, happy with that. Ravens as well at 6-3. So actually, those positions between kind of 4 and 6, it's all up for grabs. Titans got 7-3, and yeah, so the Jets obviously have the Patriots this week, who sit at number 7. So the Patriots could easily leapfrog up to the Jets. That's going to be a tough game. Obviously, the Jets got beat by the Patriots last time, but the Jets coming off a bye week this week, so you never know. Then right in the hunt, you've got the Chargers and the Bengals. The Colts are still somehow almost like there, even though they're a dead team. Either way, it's getting really, really exciting. I love this part of the season, where playoffs become obscurity and vice versa. It's good fun. So my bets this week, I've decided to go for my usual thing. Obviously, I'm playing the coach's sons this week, so I've bet on quite a lot of their players. But fortunately for me, a lot of their players are very, very good. So I've gone for Ramondre Stevenson for the New England Patriots to score any time. Mark Andrews to score any time for Baltimore when they play the Panthers. AJ Brown score any time. Philadelphia Eagles against the Colts. That should be no problem. The Colts are a dead team, and the Eagles should trounce them. Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Detroit Lions. It really is their number one wide receiver. So him to score any time as well. So that's 22-1 on all of those, which is not bad at all. And at least that means when my fantasy team is getting absolutely battered, it means that I won't be too upset about it. And look at the matchups this week. We've got the Colts versus the Eagles. That's the other game. That's in Indianapolis, I believe. Obviously, the Eagles are coming off that loss to Washington, but I don't think that's going to make any difference at all, because I think the Colts are a dead team. Although we will probably see Jonathan Taylor do some ridiculous numbers just because I don't have him on my fantasy team anymore. Vikings versus the Cowboys. That should be a really fun one, actually, because the Vikings, like I said, they've quietly put together an 8-1 record, and they're actually very, very good. So, but that'll be interesting. That's the later game on Sunday, so that's one to watch out for. Then you've got Bears against the Falcons. That's the Bears all day. That's in Atlanta, but it doesn't matter. The Falcons are another one of those teams that the Bears are on fire at the moment, especially with Justin Fields. He's absolutely incredible. The Baltimore Ravens are at home against the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers, weirdly, since they got rid of McCaffrey and a couple of other players, they seem to have been playing really well, just playing really, really well. I in fact traded for Foreman. I'm going to be playing him in my fantasy team, so watch him go for basically no numbers, no yards. Browns against the Bills. Now the Bills are at home here. Their secondary has been weakened slightly, so actually the Cleveland Browns could be in line for an upset here, especially as they've got Amari Cooper is on really good form, and they should have Njoku back, and Njoku's a really, really great weapon to use, so that'd be interesting. Patriots against the Jets. Obviously I'm going to be watching that. It's going to be in New England, I think. So you've got the Jets coming off a bye week. Obviously, they lost pretty badly to the Patriots a few weeks ago. That was a home game, and it's going to be. We've got James Robinson now, although he's probably going to have a quiet game because New England are quite good against the run. But one person to watch. I'm playing him in fantasy this week. Good old Conklin. He tends to get involved. They involve him in the offense quite a lot, so he should get a lot of reads. And also, the Patriots tend to give up a lot of points to tight ends. Tight ends haven't really done much this year in fantasy. Pittsburgh against the Bengals, who are coming back this week, and Arizona versus San Francisco. That's the Monday night game. So yeah, some really good games. I hesitate to make picks on all of them, but I'm gonna say that the Patriots will beat the Jets just because the Patriots just have that mental thing over the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets overall are probably a slightly better team at the moment, but for some reason the Patriots just have their number. I think that's what we're going to see this week, but you never know. Obviously I can live in hope, and that's all us Jets fans ever do, really. So let's move on to what we all came here for week 11 of the Orion Bowl fantasy. So big game this week for the Baltimore Ravens against the coach's sons, because I could end up being the 2 in 9-2, right? Because I'm the only team that managed to beat the Suns in the first half of the season. So, yeah, I mean, if I manage to do that, I might get a T-shirt made to that effect. If I can be the 2 in 9-2, honestly, I'll be happy with my season there. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the odds are against it because there's a reason he's 9-2. Look at that team: Jalen Hurts, James Conner, Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is a one-man fantasy team on his own, especially since he went to the 49ers. AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, sorry. Mark Andrews, Ramondre Stevenson's looking great. Cowboys defense. That's, yeah. I mean, I've got some okay matchups this week. I'm playing Dante Foreman. James Robinson, I think he might have a quiet game, but I'm going to have to put him in because I've got a few injuries and bye weeks, so I just don't really have the people to put in. I suppose what I could do is I could put Pollard in over Robinson and switch out Robinson and then play Samuel Debo in the flex. I might do that because it's just, I know what will happen. As soon as I take him out, he'll have a big game. I mean, the Jets could rely on the run quite a lot, although the Patriots are just good against the run. That's why I'm so hesitant to put him in. So, yeah. For me, easy one to pick this. I've got absolutely zero chance. There is a reason that the coach's Suns are 9-1. And there's a reason my team are the second lowest scoring team in the league. There is zero chance that I win this one this week. But interestingly, okay, so I want to let me know in the comments, who would you play? James Robinson or Samuel Debo? Bear in mind, Debo has not been the 2021 Debo of old. He has not really been performing as well as I had hoped. The Indianapolis Colts take on the Dallas Trey Gorillas. Great start for the Indianapolis Colts. Can they get just a few consolation wins this season? Derrick Henry has certainly done his best to try and put them ahead. 23.36, but unfortunately he also played Dylan, who did absolutely jack shit, really. Yeah, but he's got some other good matchups. Dawson Knox could have a good game. You got Najee Harris. Dak Prescott's probably due for a big game this week. But then you've got Josh Allen, Dalvin Cook, and Kamara. Gabriel Davis. He's kind of hit and miss. He's like boom or bust, really. Michael Pittman. Yeah, Michael Pittman. He's pretty boom or bust as well. Tucker, he's a lock. Bills defense. They've been Bills defense going against the Browns offense are on fire. That could be a bad matchup. The Ravens defense is probably the better one there. You know what? I'm gonna say that with that big start from Henry, the Indianapolis Colts will find a way to lose this one, and the Dallas Trey Gorillas are gonna get a win. And then you've got the San Diego Harlots taking on the Legion of Mixon this week, who have Mixon. Aaron Jones only put up 8 points, so that's not brilliant. So it's opened the door for a nice counter from the San Diego Harlots, 3-time champions. My goodness, they have got a great team. Fields, Barkley, Robinson, Devontae Adams, Tyler Boyd, George Kittle now, because I actually traded him, George Kittle, for Dante Foreman. But I think that's actually a good trade for me because, to be fair, tight ends have not really done much this season. They have not done much at all. And Dante Foreman, now that Christian McCaffrey is not at the Carolina Panthers, is the number one back in Carolina. That's just, it's not really disputed, is it? Austin Eckler, Nick Folk, Saints D, it's a little dangerous, I think. Watch them go for massive numbers now. There you've got Burrow, Mixon, McLaurin, Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk has really come into his own this season at the 49ers. He's a great pickup for Legion of Mixon there. Elle McPherson, that incredible supermodel as the kicker as well for Cincinnati. Loving David Montgomery at Chicago. But I've got to lean towards the Harlots. The Harlots are on fire. They've been putting up basically the highest score of the week, more or less every week. There's no way I can pick against them. And then you've got Dak versus the team with no Namath. Team with no Namath have already played wide receiver 1 and their defense and come away with a paltry 7.70. So I am definitely leaning towards Dak here, mostly because Nick Chubb is going to have a very big game, I would think. Gibson's probably due a big game. Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce. That's a trio right there that is just frightening. He's done a lot of trades. Well, like, fair play to Baby Got Dak. He loves putting those trades out, and he's done some good ones, and he's ended up with Diggs, Jefferson, and Kelce, as well as Hopkins as well. That's pretty great. Then you've got, on the other side, Lamar Jackson, Justin Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor. To be fair, both of those guys, they could go for 20 points each. They could go for 20 points each. You've probably got 60 points from that first three there. CeeDee Lamb has really found his form. Cordarrelle Patterson as well. Good Lord. There's a potential for some big scores here, guys. But just because Lazard and the Titans D have let the team with no nameth down, I am going to pick tentatively on the Baby Got Dak. I've got no confidence in that pick whatsoever. I think, for me, I'm circling that one as game of the week. I think that's going to be some real high scores there, fellas. But either way, I'm really looking forward to this week. It's going to be another fun one. Best of luck to everybody. If I've picked you to win this week, prove me right. If I've picked against you, prove me wrong. I will see you next time.